All right, so we're going to look at negative exponents today, okay? And negative exponents, they can be tricky, but in order to change them to a positive exponent, all right, there's only one thing we have to do. We have to flip it, okay? So to make a negative exponent a positive, simply flip it. Okay, all you do is you flip it. Okay, so for example, if I have, let's say, a to the negative x power, okay, to make that positive, all I do is I flip it to the bottom. So I put that over 1, okay, and we would have 1 over a to the x power. And now it's positive, okay? So once you flip that, it makes it positive, all right? All you have to do is flip it. So what if we had, let's say, 1 over y to the negative x power? How would I make that positive? You flip it. So then we just put y to the x over 1. Once you flip that, it makes it positive, okay? So let's look at a couple of examples here to try to help us understand. Let's say I have x raised to the negative third power, and that has to be a positive exponent. Okay, how do we do it? All we do here is we're going to move x to the negative third to the denominator, which is the bottom, to make a positive exponent. Okay, so if I put this over 1, I'm going to move that there, and when I flip it, it changes to 1 over x to the positive 3, and that will be my answer. Okay, so all we do there is flip it. Let's look at another example. Let's say I have 1 over y to the negative 7. How would I make that positive? All we would do is we move y to the negative 7th to the numerator, to make positive exponent. So I would flip this up here, and once I move that up there, it just changes to y to the positive 7 over 1. Okay, it makes it positive. All right. So all we're doing is we're flipping them. You just move it from numerator to denominator or denominator to numerator to make it positive. Okay. What if we had something that was a little more complicated? All right. Let's say if I have x to the negative third, y to the 6th over z to the negative 4th. And I need all these exponents to be positive. Okay. All we're going to do here is I'm going to move z up here. So let's say, let's make this equal. All right. How would I make the z to the negative 4th positive? I'm going to move it to the top, which will make it z to the 4th. Okay. What about my x to the negative 3? How would I make that positive? I would move that to the bottom. So I would move this to the bottom, which would make it x to the 3rd. All right. And y to the 6th, well, it's positive, so it's just going to stay up here at the top. Okay. And I don't have any like terms. Okay. All my terms are different. So that right there will be my final answer. Okay. So all I did was I moved this up here to make it positive. And I moved this down here to make it positive. Okay? All you're doing is flipping those to make them positive. All right? So that's negative exponents.